folks, it's Bill Swift from Swift Canoe and Kayak, and we're here at our Algonquin test paddling facility on a beautiful day. It's warm out, light rain coming down, the type of day you want to be tripping in. I want to show you today, guys, this beautiful Keewaydin 17, which is mine, that we call Loona. And this boat has taken myself and Adrian on many trips. It was a misfit originally. It was a factory blend. And we absolutely love this boat. We have it outfitted with a bow slider, the nice Swift comfort seats on it. It's got the carbon tech package with the extra yoke pad on it, which is a real nice feature. I grew up at camp using a tump line, so I also have it. One of the features I swear by is a carbon foot bar, so you can really push your feet while you're paddling to give you more power. And Brandon, let's turn this baby over. Let's show the folks what a canoe that has lived a really good life looks like on the bottom. Take a look at this, folks. Loona has hit many rocks, gone over many beaver dams. You see on her, she's got some places where even there's some light gel chipped away. So folks, if this happens to your boat, you don't need to do anything to it. You can if you want to, but the water's not going to soak into the laminate. This boat is 6 years old now, and it was built with our epoxy vinyl ester resin system. The tail of the boat's been worn down right to the cloth. We can put some epoxy, we could put some gel on there, I could get the colored skin plates, but we don't have to. In the ends of the boat, there's 8 layers of cloth. So folks, this is what a Keewaydin 17 that's been used heavily under tripping conditions will look like after a while. And we've got a privilege today. We're gonna show you a companion of Loona's called Louisa, and we have a wonderful customer for you to meet. So let's do it. Folks, this is Lyle McLachlan from Montreal, Quebec, and thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Lyle's got a bit of a tripper high right now because he just came back from an awesome trip in Algonquin, did a pretty unique route.
Yeah.
With a lot of walking.
A lot of walking. Some planned, some unplanned.
So Lyle, you have had this boat for a while, and you call her Louisa.
Correct.
And she's getting well known because she's got lots of character to her.
Yeah.
So let's show the folks. You got the raven finish on it with the blue color. Why the raven fade? Like, was that important when you ordered it?
3 years ago, it was a new feature that Swift offered, and I just really liked it. You know, it really was nice, and went with that.
And you got the lightweight carbon. This is beautiful. It's got the carbon and negra on the inside and the black carbon on the outside.
Yep.
Now, you got the sliding seat, and this is a wonderful feature to have.
Yeah, the sliding seat for me, I was tripping with my son, Adam, who at the time was 10 years old, little guy. So to get that proper trim in the canoe, the sliding seat really helps us out to get his weight forward to counterbalance me.
Yeah, and plus when he moves it forward, it makes it narrower, easier to reach over the sides.
He can put his foot on the float tank and brace himself. He doesn't have the reach. And with this all the way forward, I can even put a pack right there to really get the weight forward.
That's what Adrian and I do also. Now this has the nice carbon yoke on it. And I love this feature that you got on this, Lyle. So you ordered the detachable solo seat because you wanted to have the ability to go by yourself.
Yeah, it's the thing that makes the design so versatile. It's a tandem canoe, but with the third seat, I can either solo it, or I've had 4 people in here. You know, my wife in the front, me in the back, one of the kids in the seat, and one in the bottom. And we've gone on day trips like that.
Beautiful. And folks, we'll just show you real quickly. This quickly, the seat can come out. We'll just put it down here for right now so we can show the carbon foot bar.
Yep.
That is something that I love, and I'm sure that you've learned to love as well.
Yeah, it allows you just that you feel a little more solid. You can brace yourself against the foot bar. Just allows you, as you're paddling, that little more confidence, a little more secure.
Nice. Now, Adrian and I named our boat Loona. And I love that you named your boat Louisa. Do you want to tell the folks why you call her Louisa?
So Louisa's first backcountry adventure was to do the Louisa Loop here in Algonquin to Louisa Lake. And so I said to Adam, I said, we have to name the boat. I'm going to suggest Louisa because that is our first big backcountry trip with the boat. And it was easy.
Nice. And it happens to be one of the most beautiful lakes in the park as well. That's what I really like about it.
It was an awesome trip and everything just went perfect on that trip. And yeah, we were hooked.
So let's let's go back now. So it was right at the beginning of the pandemic, decided that you want to get a canoe. And why don't you tell the folks how you found out about Swift Canoe and a little bit about the process for you?
Yeah, it would have been maybe 2019. We were here in Algonquin camping up at Pog Lake, and then I saw a Swift Canoe. I think it was either at the visitor center, one of the raffle canoes for the Friends of Algonquin, and it had the Canada decal package along the bottom, and I stood there and I went, that's a beautiful canoe. And it turned me on to Swift, and I started to investigate, visit the website, and start to research.
Nice. And then, so you did the research for a while, and then you told me you called up and you spoke to one of our salespeople, Caleb, and why don't you talk about that experience?
Yeah, at some point, you have to pick up the phone and talk to somebody, and I did that, and I think I got Caleb right away. And he started to talk to me about what I wanted to do, who I was, my experience level, where I wanted to go, all of that. And he talked me through what he thought was going to work great for me and was very helpful in explaining why. Stability issues, weight capacity, the versatility, and it was great.
Now, you told me you originally were thinking maybe you were going to prospector, but the Caleb talked to you quite a bit and realized that the Keewaydin 17 was a better fit for you.
Yeah, so prospectors are everywhere. It's a workhorse. With the Keewaydin, with the asymmetrical design, a little more stability, a little more initial stability, very much more comfortable in heavy water or wave action, and suggested that that's the canoe for you.
Yeah. Now, Lyle, you've done a bunch of trips. I know you've been to Algonquin, you've been to Quetico, and I believe Lavandere. Is that how you pronounce it? We'll find out now.
Haven't been to Lavandere yet,
Okay.
but it's on the list. Yeah. So we've been a few places. We've done multiple trips now, multiple extensive, 10, 12 day backcountry trips.
And how do you find, we designed the Keewaydin to be good in flat water, to be at its best when conditions get rough?
We've had a couple times where it's been very, very rough. 20, 30 kilometer hour winds on a big lake. And so the waves are really rolling. And Louisa just goes through it. It's, I'm in the back. It's probably a little more comfortable than Adam getting the spray up at the front. But just, you never have a sense of, we're going to tip. Rock solid, comfortable, and it just goes.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, you told me that you've had some people comment on Louisa. Why don't we tell the folks a little bit about that?
Yeah, pretty much every trip, somebody will comment on Louisa. Just 3 days ago at Smoke Lake, we were putting in, somebody paddled up and said, that's a beautiful boat. Had a funny one in Quetico where somebody shouted at me from 100 yards away in the lake, is that a carbon boat? And I said, what? Is that a carbon boat? I said, yes. I said, that's a beautiful boat. So pretty much every trip somebody remarks.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, exactly.
Carbon est très magnifique. Carbon bateau est très magnifique.
Exactement.
Nice. So let's do this, Lyle.
Yeah.
Let's show the folks the bottom of this boat.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this out because I always tell people you want to use your boat, you can't be afraid to put scratches on it. And one of my greatest feelings, having started Swift Canoe, and it's been a while now since we've been building them, is when a customer shows up with a boat with scratches all up and down the boat. And I know that this boat's lived a good life. And Louisa, Lyle, you're showing Louisa a good life. I love seeing this.
Yeah, she's seen some heavy duty.
Now, how about putting the first scratch in?
We intentionally, I live just up the street from the St. Lawrence River, and I said the first paddle has to be in the St. Lawrence, which we did. And yeah, sure enough, coming in, I heard it hit a rock, and we put the first scratch in, and well, we've put many more in happily, you know.
It's hard sometimes to put the first in, but once you do and you get used to it, we call them character marks, and this boat has all kinds of character on it. Now, do you have a favorite scratch or something notable?
Well, I mean, there's many, but there's one on the front that I remember. It's actually on the side, and we were coming into a portage on McGarvey Lake, and there was a couple of rocks there, and we hit the beach. Adam jumped out, grabbed the canoe, and kind of pulled it forward, and it just pinched between those two rocks, and I kind of cringed, but it's all part of the story. It's all part of the memories that you make with the boat.
Yeah, high up, you're gonna see that one forever.
You see that one because it's up on the side.
Now, you can get buffing compounds, and you can buff this boat from end to end, and you can really bring the color back quite a bit, and then spray it with the Protectant 303. It won't get the scratches out, but it brings the color back if that's important to you.
Yeah, I mean, I use the 303 protectant, and that always kind of dulls the scratches a little bit, but you know, we just had it out on a trip, and we put a few more in, and every time I heard it hit the bottom, I said, there you go, Bill Swift, there's another one for you.
Nice. So where do you see the future of Louisa now? Are you going to continue tripping and going to new areas?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of back-to-back trips. Just finished a loop through Linda Lake with my sister Linda, which is why we went there. Next week, I'm with my wife up in ZEC Kippawa to do a week there. And then after that is Adam and I, my son, who I do most of the tripping with. We're headed to Temagami, which will be our first time up in Temagami. So
beautiful.
Busy.
Lyle, continue to give a good life to Louisa, and I'm glad you brought her back to meet Loona.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Cheers. How about that? 2 thumbs up to a good life for this beautiful boat.